Supreme Court had ruled in a case before it. So in my opinion, the APC did not have a candidate. Okay, Tights speak. Wow, Titi. They call him Tights. Okay, so which particular case is this that Supreme Court has spoken and that APC did not have candidate? Let's understand what is happening here. Let's dive into the details, get clear understanding so we can speak to it. Arise analyst Frank Titi claimed that because of a prior Supreme Court decision that disqualified Action Alliance Party AAP candidate Uche Nwosu after it was found that he was supported by both the APC and the Action Alliance Party, the APC did not have a legitimate candidate for the election. So in an interview with Arise TV, Titi said that the earlier Supreme Court decision effectively prohibited Hope Uzodinma from running for the APC, even if the party held a primary election and he won. He said it is the moment of the Supreme Court because these issues should have been decided by the court. There is no justification for the Supreme Court to have permitted an election to take place in spite of the significant argument that the APC did not have a candidate in Hope Uzodinma. Okay, even though the case was ready for their decision 3 years prior, because the Supreme Court had made a decision on a matter that it had heard, the APC was left without a candidate. I believe that was brought up by Action People's Alliance member Uche Nwosu, who later received support from the PDP after declaring that he was endorsed by the both AAC, Action Alliance, and the All Progressive Congress. Uche Nwosu was declared ineligible. There was no evidence that the APC held its primaries swiftly or that doing so was appropriate before appointing Hope Uzodinma as its nominee. So the APC did not have a candidate for that election, and if there had been a legitimate primary to that extent, given the Supreme Court ruling, it would have been. Can you imagine? I'm sure this is with respect to Imo State Governorship election that's coming up November 11, 2023, that TTA is speaking here, that APC never had a candidate. Wow. So what is this supposed to mean to the issue at hand? This is it about the Imo State governorship election? Maybe we'll pick a comment from the comment section, because the speaker or the writer seems to be somehow vague in those explanations. Some the Supreme Court tried and be truly supreme in thinking and in taking certain decisions. Don't kill us before our time, we beg on. Can you imagine? So Nigeria must secure the courage to give the Supreme Court justice red card before they consume us. That is it. So it means that as at the time, what is his name? Hope Uzodinma became the governor, was nominated by APC. APC never had any candidate. It was just Uche Nwosu who was the candidate for Action Alliance and was supported by PDP or even by APC that time. Okay, but after then, I think it was after then that, or after the Supreme Court ruling, that Hope Uzodinma emerged in APC. Okay, which ordinarily APC did not have any candidate. And that's what somebody is saying here, that it's high time we give the Supreme Court a red card before they will consume all of us. Actually, we've seen what they did for Ahmad Lawan, who actually wanted to go for, is it that he was supporting presidency, wanted to go for presidency, and did not do primaries in APC, but now in the court gave him the ticket as against those that conducted legitimate primaries or participated in primaries. Can you imagine? The same thing that happened to Akpabio in Akwa Ibom. Akpabio was pursuing to be president of Nigeria while the presidential primaries or Senate primaries were going on in the state. He didn't participate. He just came from nowhere because they have judiciary in their pocket. He sued, did all of them, and judiciary gave him the judgment. And now he's the Senate president. Meanwhile, the people that legitimately and rightly participated in the party primaries, especially National Assembly primaries election, are nowhere to be found now. What a miracle. What a very pathetic situation that we find ourselves. And these people are now significant figures in the Senate today. Meanwhile, they did not participate in their party primaries. How did it happen? Only God knows, I tell you. Only God knows. So let's get somebody saying, "Good day, gentlemen. Please let us not allow ourselves to be deceived by our lawyers or by sentiment. Let's remember that there were two factions in APC, then the Okorocha faction and Oshomole as national leader then. But the national body recognized who faction which stood for the election. Also remember the court always recognized the faction supported by national body as an authentic faction because the court see it as internal party affairs. Can you imagine? So there were two factions: Okorocha faction, who was then the governor of Imo State, and what is his name? Shomole faction, who was then the national party chairman. So the one that national party chairman, the Shomole faction, supported that's where Uzodinma is, and that was why he won. Oh wow. Okay, some of our lawyers are just indisciplined towards their own bar. How can a case before the court and a lawyer will be making pronouncement on it? This is sub judice, and as such is very bad. When has news media become a court? The man should know better. So that is exactly what I say. The lawyers are part of the problem that we have in Nigeria today, because they will see red, they call it blue. They will provide technicalities and they will invent technicalities to get justice, so that they will say that winning case. But if you look at how the kind of winning they had, and with the condition of the case, you will see that they perverted the truth to win the case. And that is a very bad situation. It's a very bad trend. That is why people